What's up, everybody, and welcome to another riveting show of Sports Dummies. I am me, that is Mike, and we
What's
welcome
up?
everybody into the show. We were just talking off stream, just for a hair, about the Steelers and how they're playing in a short window, 4 or 5 days, short time frame, and playing a beat up, un um, unreliable Cincinnati team with a brand new quarterback. Mike is saying that he is weary, not optimistic, not pessimistic, but realistic. I don't know, Mike. I think that, like we talked about, this is a perfect game for Tomlin to drop.
Yeah, what sucks is you look at the situation right now. We win this game, we go to 5-1.
Hmm.
Cincinnati would drop to 2-4, and multiple losses in division. We'd go to two
Right.
and 0. We would have a 4-game lead on the Ravens. Um, defensive line, offensive line right now. Offensive defense are just a better team than this team.
Right.
There's no reason why they should not go into Cincinnati and beat this team, but Tomlin's record. Um, Flacco didn't look bad last week. I give him credit with against the Packers. Actually, I think it's pretty competitive. Um, this is just the type of game that we should win. And Tomlin's stubbornness and um, I don't know. It
So
just worries me. So I think it's 5.5 this game right now, and I would
funny.
take the points probably.
It's funny that you said that because I just re-looked at this spread because we're getting ready to pick it because we're talking about it. We might as well just pick it while we're talking about it.
Right.
So I just happened to go back and take a look. The spread moved. Not only did the spread move, but the over under moved as well.
Really.
So the spread was 5.5.
Right.
It's now moved to 4.5.
Wow. A whole point.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the over under was set at 42.5. It is now at 44.5.
Wow. Jumped a point and a half. Okay,
Two
that's
points.
really weird.
2 points.
Yeah, that's
Two
really
points.
weird.
Yep. So a
Especially
whole,
with Trey Hendrickson being a question mark.
I mean, this would
I think,
suggest this would suggest because again, it all the money seems to be on Cincinnati if it's moving that much.
right,
If it's moving a point and the over under is moving, so all the money's
right,
got to be on Cincinnati and it's got to be on the over, right? Because it moved 2 points up.
right.
So, and if I'm not mistaken, I heard a stat that like 70% 75% of the favorites or where the money goes are like 1 in 13 on the year or something like that.
Wow.
So wherever the money goes, pick the opposite because that ends up being the one that wins. So if all the money is on Cincinnati right now because it moved the whole point, um, or actually maybe it's on the state. I don't. These are still all new
Well,
to me. I'm trying to
if
figure it
it
out.
went down, if it went down,
Yeah.
that would mean that they're betting on the Steelers, right? I think that's how that works. I think it's the opposite spectrum. You know what I mean?
I don't know because people might be like, oh,
Oh
it's
no, that would mean it's betting on Cincinnati because they're bringing the number down. So that would balance Cincinnati. Yeah,
right. That's what I thought.
yeah,
Okay, so yeah, all the
yeah,
money seems to be coming in on Cincinnati for whatever reason, considering the fact that the Steelers just not even not just on paper but all around have a better team than Cincinnati does at the moment. So why they're putting all that money into Cincinnati right now, being
yeah.
the
Only thing I question is that there's a weird injury popped up today, and that actually it's not an injury. Deshaun Elliott may be excused for personal reasons. He's listed as questionable right now. It's not injury related.
okay.
I heard that on the way home, so that was interesting.
I
Um,
saw the injury report from earlier today. There's a lot of guys that didn't practice, a ton of guys that didn't
yeah,
practice.
yeah, yeah.
But I just think that's Tomlin trying to give
I mean,
everybody a break.
short week. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I don't think we should read too much into that.
No, especially with like how I never expected, to be honest with you, Jalen Ramsey to be back already
Yeah, yeah, and
and playing
he's
as well as he did. By the way,
he's one of the guys that they're talking about is going to be back for this Thursday.
right?
But again, T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward, Jalen Ramsey. I don't know if I saw Aaron Rodgers or DK on there. Um, I think I saw Holcomb, Herbig, Highsmith, JPJ.
Well, so a plethora of players,
Oh yeah, it was a
you
ton of
know,
players. It was a ton of players.
right?
So again, I
Interesting.
saw a lot of DNPs, but again, that just could be
Could
resting.
be coach's decision.
Yeah,
Could be rest. I mean, short weeks. I mean,
yeah. I mean, all they're saying
yeah.
because I haven't looked at any of any of the fantasy stuff yet to see.
Only thing I heard for sure is we're definitely without Austin. We know that. That
Okay,
was the only for sure. So,
okay,
oh, and Miles Killebrew,
yeah,
who had a serious knee injury.
yeah.
Um,
I never did find out what happened to him as far as how bad it was.
right, just a non-contact knee injury. Didn't look good. Not sure the extent. All I know, I've heard twice Tomlin say serious knee injury.
Yeah,
If that's the case, probably a year ender. I'm
yeah.
not
That's
sure.
if
But I
that's the
know they
case.
did have a former All-Pro safety from the Niners come in yesterday to interview, and they're trying to get him to pass his physical. He actually was first team All Pro for special teams the last few years, but was released by the Niners on an injury because of an elbow. So I think that's the hold up right now. You know, if he's going to pass physical or not. So
Right. Yeah. If it is a serious knee injury, non-contact, it only means one thing, and that is ACL.
right,
You know,
yeah,
because that's the most serious knee injury that you can get, other than a patella rupture. Um, and you know,
and the field had a lot to do with that. By the way, the
well,
field was atrocious.
listen. Not only did Rogers rip it, but both teams ripped our field,
Yeah,
and was like, "This is
yeah,
unacceptable." Like, come on now.
hmm
And then I saw pictures of Heinz, or I always say Heinz Field, of
yeah.
Acrisure. So I saw pictures of Heinz Field. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday.
They were
They
sodding,
they skinned the whole field.
really.
Yeah, they're redoing the whole thing. They have to. You don't have a choice.
Yeah, because in a couple of weeks, I think we have two home games back to back, pitting the Steelers. If I'm
And
not
that's
mistaken.
and then that's the other part of it. It's like, if this field can't hang up with
For one game,
from one game,
like,
then if that's the case, it's like, hey, Pitt, go play somewhere else.
totally agree. Totally agree.
Not to mention,
I mean,
they can't fill the stadium anyway.
no. Well, they will that night because it's Notre Dame. But yeah, unless Penn State and Notre Dame come here to West Virginia, they can't fill the stadium.
No.
So it's half full. It's half full.
Yeah.
Like,
So if that's the case, go find some land in Pittsburgh and build another
go
stadium.
playing, go playing Duquesne. Like,
Or that, you know,
Yeah.
see if the Riverhounds will let you come in on their field.
Right. Right. I mean, when no one bigs are, you're getting about 20,000. So that's about with the expanded stadium the Riverhounds play on. That's about right.
Yeah.
So
And I think the Riverhounds are expanding.
yeah, they are. They are.
Yeah. So how about that? But yeah, I mean, something's got to be done. You know, either change that turf into some type of,
That's the thing. Philly and
half.
Temple play in the same field. They don't have the problems we have. Like, I don't understand.
I don't know. I mean, is it real grass, or is it like a hybrid?
I think it's real, but who knows nowadays? I'm not sure. I
Right.
don't know.
And that's the other thing. Like, if that's the case, then do some sort of a hybrid.
Right.
Grass, turf,
Right.
hybrid, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
What's that called that they play on that sod uh field turf they call it. It's
Yeah.
a hybrid type thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember I remember playing on that AstroTurf, boy.
Oh, I played on it once, man.
It hurts. It hurts.
Yep, not good.
Oh, it
Not
hurts.
good.
So, but yeah. Um, so with that being said, the Steelers and Bengals, Thursday night, prime time, 8 p.m. Steelers are at the Bengals, and again, like we said, the Bengals are getting 4.5, and the over/under is set at 44.5. Um, I've already made my pick on this game beforehand, and it was before the spread move, but I still like my picks. I think to me, it seems like the Steelers are hitting their stride. They're in it, right? The timing seems to be down with Rodgers and the receivers. That first play out of the gate against uh
Oh wow,
against
with Washington, yeah,
yeah against Cleveland, that little quick play action dump off to Washington for you know 40
36
yards.
yards, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
almost 40 yards. Should have been a touchdown, but the guy's so big and slow.
right, right.
You know,
Got caught from
um,
behind, yeah,
yeah, he got caught from behind, and the guy actually popped out the freaking ball.
yeah,
Luckily, it went out of bounds, but still, that was a great play call. It was a great execution. Um, I think the Steelers are hitting their stride, and they're hitting their stride early. And the only thing I worry about is that just carries into the back half of this season. You kind of want your team to be hitting stride, full stride, at around week 10 to week 12,
right,
and then
right,
ride that all the way through.
yeah,
And I think we can all pretty much agree that we kind of, I mean, I did. I thought I had high hopes because Rodgers was coming in, but I think a lot of people would agree that the Steelers are an impressive 4-1, where I'm sure some people would have thought they might have been 1-4 or 2-3 or
right, right,
3-2 of some
yeah,
variation of that.
yeah. And the
So
one game we lost was kind of fluky, which is weird
right,
because of the whole kickoff thing, and
right, right,
I
and that
mean,
was that was a huge momentum swing, and
yeah,
I mean, they got the ball so damn close to the goal line at that point in time. Um, or no, I'm sorry, they got a touchdown out of that.
yeah,
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 he let it go. That was a touchdown. So yeah,
yeah, touchdown.
they got a touchdown out of that. And again, they just had all the momentum on their side at that point in time. So yeah, I would agree that that was more of a fluky esque type of loss.
Yeah, it was more self-inflicted wounds than Seattle beating us.
Right,
I think they
right,
scored two touchdowns within a minute and a half because of that play and a special teams fumble also.
right.
So, two bad
Hmm.
plays led to 14. Two bad special teams play led to 14 points. So, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, and again, this Cincinnati Bengals team is just beat the hell and back. They had to go and get Joe Flacco, who, to me, in my opinion, looked like he didn't want to be there last weekend. Um, he looked like he was uninterested. He looked like he was checked out. I fully expected to hear that he retired at halftime, uh, but he didn't. He stayed there. They almost ended up winning that damn game too somehow. So for me, I'm still on the Steelers, but I'm going to take the over in this game. I know it's a short week, and typically you wouldn't go the over in this game. I think the Steelers and the Bengals, for that matter, are able to put points on the board because like it is still the Bengals. They still have Jamar Chase and Chase Brown and T Higgins, um, and they got a decent pass thrower for those guys too. So I'm going to bank on the fact that the Steelers are going to do something stupid in this game and still let up 20 some points, but they're also going to score 20 some points themselves as well. Um, but still enough to beat the Bengals and cover the spread. So I'm going to take the Steelers. I'm going to take the over.
okay. I'm with you on the over. Short week. I think it's an ugly game. A lot of mistakes. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. Probably a little rain. I I'm on the opposite side. 4.5 seems like a lot of points. I still see the Steelers winning this game in a close one, but give me Cincy in the over on this one.
Okay.
I can see this being a 27-24 game. Last second field goal, or Cincy backdooring, the cover.
Right. Right. And again, that's something I worry about too. 'Cause again, it's still a divisional game. They still know each other. It's still going to be rough. It's still going to be tough.
Right.
So that's the only thing that I'm weary about. But I think the Steelers are going to be able to do enough to get ahead of them by at least 10 points and, you know, be able to put them away. I'm thinking like a 35-10 game, something like that.
I love that.
35.
Listen, if that happens,
That'd be great.
I'll be happy in a pig and shit, and
Yeah.
we will solely be in the driver's seat in this division with some force.
Yeah.
So
Well, and let's not forget too, Baltimore is getting Lamar back sooner than later, and it's going to
right
happen
in two
after the
weeks.
bye
Yeah,
week.
they're off this week, and
Yep.
then he'll be back in 2 weeks. Right.
So he'll be back
So
after the bye
let's
week.
right. So right now, it's funny you mentioned that. So right now, the top two seeds in the AFC would be the Indianapolis Colts be number one, and
Mm-hmm.
the Steelers be number two.
That is correct.
In the NFC, number one would be Tampa Bay,
That is correct.
which Baker, you gotta love Baker, man. MVP
Listen, man,
candidate right there. You
it's
know,
hard to say anything bad about it.
yeah, and
You
the
know,
Rams would be, I think, number two, if I'm not mistaken, in the NFC.
I think it
Or
is
is
the
it
Rams.
still Philly? Or is it still
Mm,
Philly?
it might be Philly.
I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
But my point is, the top three teams in the AFC coming into the season, everyone said was Baltimore, Kansas City, and Buffalo.
Yep.
Those three teams have certainly have chinks in their armor.
Well, and that's the other thing.
You know,
Let's we talked about Thursday night. Let's go and do a recap of week 6. And let's go right where you were talking about. Let's go with Detroit and Kansas City. Kansas City kind of like put it on them.
put it on. Yeah. Yeah.
There were still some questionable things that happened. Um, Pat Mahomes is still Pat Mahomes, and for some reason
Right.
they love catering to him for whatever reason. So, but still a little bit uncharacteristic of Detroit to get walloped by 2 scores.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
For
know,
sure.
and if I'm not
They
mistaken,
didn't really.
they got beat just as bad as week 1.
Yes, I was just gonna say, it never felt like they were in this game.
Right. Yeah, they almost
Tennessee
seemed like
felt
they
like they
were.
were in control the entire game.
Yeah, they
So
almost seemed like they checked out too.
yeah.
Um,
So I mean, and then we talk about let's jump to Buffalo.
hmm
Atlanta put it on them. I mean,
Pretty heavily.
Yeah.
Pretty heavily. I think at one point in time that it was 21-7.
Right. I mean, Bijan Robinson, they had no answer for. Drake London, they had no answer for. They made Michael Penix look like MVP.
Yeah.
I mean, in the first half, you know.
Yeah, there was a ton of. I mean, that offensive line opened up some massive holes for that running game.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
on top,
And not to mention, it wasn't just it was also Algiers.
right,
Right.
So you
That's
fantasy
the team I
nerds,
can't figure out. Atlanta.
yeah, you
They
fantasy
can be
nerds
good
out
or they can
there,
be bad.
fantasy nerds out there, go ahead and pick up Algier too, because even though Bijan is Bijan, the Algier is still scoring points just as much. So.
Yeah, the touchdown machine last few weeks.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
And missed tackles, obviously. Bijan running
Yes.
for 80 plus yards, untouched, fathomably.
Yes.
So it's like, poof, man. So nothing else really shocks me in what we saw this past weekend. Again, it doesn't shock me that Carolina beat Dallas because I picked it.
I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked either about that.
No.
Dallas's defense is as bad as advertised.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not shocked that the Colts beat the Cardinals. You know,
No,
the
not at
point,
all.
the points I'm surprised about, but not shocked that happened. Um,
Right.
and what is it about the Denver Broncos playing the New York Giants that it just sucks all the
In New
time?
York Jets, you mean? Yeah. Yeah.
The Jets, yes, it just
Yeah.
sucks all the time. I
It was
mean,
so bad.
I think
It was painful to watch.
I think the last couple games that they've played against each other, it was 16-9, uh, 13-7, uh, you know, 10-3 or something. Like they've been awful games, terribly awful
Yes.
games. This one was no different. 13-11. 11.
It, all you need to do too is look at the stat line from that game.
It was awful.
Justin Fields in particular.
What minus
Ever seen?
was it minus 10?
Yes. Um, I'm
How
just
do
looking it up now because I was shocked by it. He
negative
was 9
10?
for 17 for 45 yards, but it was minus 10 after sacks. Like, come on.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, just
Yeah.
bad.
I think
And
he's
now Garrett Wilson's hurt.
yeah, he's doubtful.
Yeah.
Doubtful. So I think he got walloped at the end of that game. That
Yeah, he did.
I think I even looked at him. I was like, oh boy, that looked bad. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and now rumors are coming out of New York today that Brees Hall might be on the market. So,
I,
you know,
there's no
I don't
way.
understand that.
Braylon Allen just got hurt for the entire year,
Right.
practically. I
Who are
mean, I
you
think
going to?
exactly. I don't believe that at all. Um, but looking back at this game, and we just talked about, Justin Fields is not an NFL quarterback. He's just not.
Now I understand why we didn't re-sign him. Honestly,
Right. You're right.
he
He
he's
he.
been given the keys to 3 different teams, and we looked the best with him. But I think the play calling was perfect for him. He didn't have to
Hmm.
do too much,
Hmm.
you know. And now that he's asked to do it more in New York, boy, he looks bad.
He looks
Man, does he
terrible.
look bad?
He panics under pressure.
He's regressing as a quarterback.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, all the balls are behind. It was just an ugly. It might have been the worst starting quarterback I've seen, game in a while. And we've seen Jake Browning play this year, so that's tough to say, you know.
yeah, yeah. Well, we don't know if he's the worst. I mean, we haven't seen Shador play.
No, I'm not saying he's the worst, but that Sunday game was pretty damn bad.
Oh, listen,
Like,
I'm not saying anything. This is by far the worst start ever.
where
Like,
were they 0-6 now?
yeah,
Like,
they are completely defeated. I don't at this rate they may not win a game.
I know,
They
which is
might
scary.
they may go 0-16 until they're able to go out there and get a quarterback that's going to play for them. This guy ain't it. And luckily,
Right,
they only have another 2 years with him
right.
because he signed what a 3-year deal, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he didn't break their bank either. It's only for like 20,
No,
30 million.
no.
So it's not terrible. So you could probably get rid of this contract pretty quickly. But again, who's going to pick
Well,
him up?
right,
Who's going to pick
right.
him up? Now, will he make an excellent backup? Maybe,
Oh yeah, yeah. I
maybe.
think so.
You know,
Just because you can throw some plays into use athleticism,
right?
But you're right. I think that would be the role you're looking for him, but not a 20 million a clip, and you know, um,
He's definitely not a
he's
starter.
certainly not someone who's going to put the team on his shoulders and win a game for you. That's for sure.
He is not a starter.
So
He is not a
no,
starting NFL quarterback. Just not.
no,
I
no.
mean, the tape doesn't lie. He's been in the league for 6 years now. Um, yeah. Could he be a Sam Darnold-esque player? I don't think so.
Well, I don't think so. I
I
don't.
don't think so. At least Sam
No.
Darnold has a pocket presence and
Right.
the ability to throw in the pocket. It doesn't seem like Justin does.
No. He took 9 sacks.
Right.
That's the weird thing. Like he couldn't feel pressure.
Mm-mm.
Like I didn't understand that. I didn't understand the play calling in that game. Like I turned it off. I'll be honest with you. Um, it was so boring to watch. Like
I mean, it
you
was
know,
it was it was definitely hard to watch. Um,
yeah.
it was definitely something that
No,
I
no,
had. on just as background noise.
Yeah, exactly. Now let's switch gears to a quarterback who's coming in his own. Drake May.
Looks
The
great.
kid looks good.
Looks great.
Yeah,
You know,
he does.
um, yeah, it kind of seemed like New England knew what they had last year.
Yep. Yep.
They saw they may not have won that many games, but they saw the glimpses of what could be,
Yeah.
and now
Yeah.
essentially they're getting what could be. Um,
Yeah.
and I mean they beat nothing to write home about. They beat a beat up.
No, they
They beat a terrible
right.
team as it was. Um, but they still dropped 25 on them. But they let up 19, which I was
Yeah.
a little bit surprised about. They let up 19. I thought that
Yeah.
maybe they would have been able to keep that opponent's score down a little bit more, considering the fact that there's just nobody in New Orleans that wants to play. It seems like
Right.
so. I don't know.
The one thing I'm confused about with Rabel, he has a love affair with Stevenson at running back. The guy's done nothing this year but fumble or score touchdowns,
Right.
and lately it's been more fumble. Eight fumbles already this year.
Yeah.
He led the team with 13 carries, had 18 yards in that game against a bad Saints defense.
Hmm.
You only given the rookie 9 carries. Drake May had 9 carries. You know, I don't know. He's just disappointing to me at what he's doing with that offense because I think you have your quarterback of the future and probably your running back of the future with those two guys. You know,
So there's
but
got to be something going on in practice to where he's getting the edge on
right.
on Henderson. There's got to be something. Maybe
Well,
Henderson
I,
just
I know
isn't.
he's not the blocking back. I do know that. But what about everything else? You know,
And that's the thing. Like, is he not picking up the offense that well?
right, right.
Maybe that's the reason why.
Could be, could be. There's something going
But
on there because it looks like
if that's the case, though,
he
you need to go to Henderson and baby him through that playbook and say,
right,
this one you go here, this one you go here. You know what I mean?
right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah,
Tell him
absolutely.
in the fucking huddle for crying out loud. Hey, this one you go here. I give you ball,
Right,
you run. Okay.
right, right,
You
right.
know. So whatever the case may be, do it because like you said, it's either boom or bust for Stevenson.
Yeah, yeah,
We already talked about Dallas and Carolina, the Seahawks and the Jaguars. A little bit closer of a game. Seahawks 20-12 over Jacksonville. Um, I thought this was going to be a little bit closer, to be honest.
yeah,
We all rode on the Seahawks, but I thought this one was going to be a little bit closer.
yeah. Seattle. We knew we had a good defense going in. Jacksonville again. They're a pretty good football team, but they're still not a complete package.
Right.
Trevor Lawrence threw 42 passes. I don't think that's what they want to do. Now he had a good stat line and everything. 27 for 42 for 260, 258. I mean, 2 touchdowns, no picks, but he took 7 sacks.
Yeah.
Um, and they couldn't run the ball either. 12. They only had 19 carries, 59 yards as a team. So, um, you know, their defense played strong. I mean, they gave 295 to Darnold, but they kept the Seahawks in check. But there was one sighting that was the Jaguar fans must love though. Brian Thomas Jr. reappeared with a
Yeah.
big game for them. So
Yeah. He's been quietly showing up the last couple of games.
yeah,
Not
yeah,
he doesn't have that flashy stat line, but he's been getting his targets. He's been getting his catches. It's not bells and whistles.
right.
You know,
And Jackson Smith and Jigma on the other side just poof, guy's a
dude,
stud.
dude's an animal. Dude's an
Yeah,
absolute. You know,
yep.
um, I wouldn't be surprised if he wins the Triple Crown this year.
He could. He really could.
I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. You know, uh, besides him, I think there's only one other. No, there's a couple. No, I think there's only one other guy, maybe two, that have over 500 yards receiving this year's thus far, besides JSN. And one of them is disgustingly enough George Pickens.
Wow.
George Pickens right now
Wow.
has over 500 yards receiving and 5 touchdowns.
Holy cow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So we're coming out here looking like we got egg on our face after that trade.
I'd still make that trade.
I'm not saying I
So,
wouldn't. I'm not saying I wouldn't.
right.
But if that's the case, I would have wanted a bigger draft pick.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
But I'd make that trade again in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Um, another game, Rams and Ravens, 17-3. That was it.
Yeah.
17-3.
Kind of surprising.
Yeah. We all were on the Rams though. We all took the Rams. So there's no surprise there on us, but the the score was a little bit indicative of a surprise there. But
Yeah.
the big news out of that is Puka got hurt his foot,
Right.
and if I'm not mistaken, I think he's questionable already this week.
Yeah, he is.
So it's
Yep.
definitely something that we're gonna have to keep our eyes on this upcoming week with the Rams, because there's a good chance that Puka may not go this week. Because the last thing you want to
Yeah.
do is take your hot hand and try to stick him out there just because you want to win one game when you should have rested him for that one game.
Right. Right.
And looking back at week 7, uh, if I'm not mistaken, nope, never mind. The Rams are going to play Jaguars in in London.
Right. That's yeah. On Sunday, yeah,
Yeah.
morning.
So to me, it's a no-brainer. I'd sit him.
I would too.
You got Devontae Adams. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure whoever else is up there, you can throw it to him. Who they got? Who do they got
They
at
have the
tight end?
kid.
Higby at tight end.
Yeah, he had a good game. Yeah, he had a touchdown last game.
Right.
Um,
You
they
got
also
you
have
still
the
got
kid Tutu Atwell and Jordan Whittingham. So they have some depth behind them.
well
You know.
Atwell. I think Atwell.
Yeah, Tutu
He's a
Atwell. Yeah.
he's a good one.
And then Jordan Whittingham has in 2 games where he got more than 20% of the snaps, has 10 catches for 112 yards.
There
So
you
you
go.
have some backups that could play.
So
I
here's
would
also
definitely sit him in London.
here's also the thing too. You're talking about an NFC team playing an AFC team. It doesn't go against
Right.
your division. It doesn't go against your conference. If you drop this game somehow, oh fucking well, right?
Right.
The only thing is that it's not going to look nice in the right hand column as opposed to the left hand
Right.
column.
Yeah.
So aesthetically, it's not going to be pleasing. With that being the case, I would still sit them.
Me too. Plus, you have a bye week following that, so yeah.
Yeah. So give him 2 weeks rest. Come back. Let him heal up strong.
Yeah.
And then turn it on. So yeah. And then this game that I wanted to talk about primarily because of the fallout of what happened with this game. The Raiders pulled one out against Tennessee. So 2 bad teams went head to head and got the better of one of them. So the Raiders played the Titans in Las Vegas and beat the Titans by 20-10. You guys were on Vegas. I was on Tennessee. I thought they were going to be able to pull a game out against a bad team. Turns out that wasn't the case. And as a result of that, Brian Callahan got his ass fired. Which then turns to my little stat line here. 6 of 8 rookie quarterbacks got coaches fired in the last 10 years.
Wow. Wow.
Okay. Since 2016, only 2 quarterbacks that were selected number 1 overall finished the season with the same coach.
Wow. Interesting stat.
Mm-hmm. So it's almost like is having a rookie quarterback, a number 1 overall rookie quarterback, is that a death sentence for your coach?
Unless you're a brand new coach, it seems like it. Unless the organization said, this is your guy, You're building a team around him. This is your first year. Let's make a team. We're going to give you 3-4 years. If you're I hate to say it, Callahan. What's he been there? 2 years?
2 years. Well,
3 years?
You figure Callahan is only there because Vrabel is not.
Right. So there you go. So you're talking 2 years as a coach. I think his record 4 and something as a head coach. You're on your way to a possible another number one pick with Cleveland and Miami and uh, who we just talked about. It was the New York Jets. So what do you do? What are you doing there?
Well, that's the thing
No
too, is that
stability.
the Jets they don't have a rookie. They have a rookie head
Right.
coach, but they don't have a
Right.
rookie quarterback. Same thing
Right.
thing with the Saints. Rookie head coach,
Right.
not a rookie quarterback. And they're
Right.
still, they're still going, I mean, Titans are 1-5 with Cam Ward and was Brian Callahan. But it's not even, I don't know why, but I keep wanting to call him Brian Calhoun, but it's Callahan. And that's where you should buy your brakes from. Callahan Auto.
Tommy boy. There you go.
There you go. So the only two rookie quarterbacks that I just mentioned that were able to make it the first season with the same head coach. Can you name them?
Joe Burrow, I would say, would be one.
2020. Joe Burrow with Zach
Okay.
Taylor.
And he's still in the league, obviously.
Yeah, still in the
So
league.
Joe Burrow, I would say one, and man, coming through the teams, um, wow, number one overalls. Oh boy.
I'll give you a hint.
Would it be Tua?
No, it wasn't Tua.
He wasn't. They have to be number one overalls, correct?
Yes.
Okay, he wasn't number one overall. So,
You want a hint? I'll give you the
sure.
year he was drafted.
Sure.
The year he was drafted was 2019.
2019, so he's been in the league 6 years already.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And the other tidbit to this is the coach that drafted him is no longer there.
Oh, wow. Justin Herbert?
Nope, not Justin Herbert. It was Kyler Murray.
So you just blew my mind there saying number one overall Kyler Murray. Okay?
Right?
Yeah. Wow.
So Kyler Murray, when he got drafted, Cliff Kingsbury was his coach. And
yes,
even though Cliff ended up staying for 4 years, still they didn't find the success, right? So those other 6 that I talked about, right? You ready? 2016, Jeff Fisher, Jared Goff. 4-9.
Wow.
4-9 when Fisher got fired. 2018, the Browns. Baker Mayfield, Hugh Jackson. 2-5-1 when Hugh was fired.
Big mistake right there, brother.
Biggest.
Damn.
Biggest. 21 Jaguars. Urban Meyer, Trevor Lawrence. Urban was 2-11 when he got fired. Panthers, Frank Reich and Bryce Young. He was 1-10 when he got fired. 24, Matt Eberflus and Caleb Williams. 4-8 when he got fired. 4-8.
I forgot he got fired his rookie year too. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And obviously the one that we're now talking about, Brian Callahan, Cam Ward, 1-5, fired.
Wow.
So it almost seems like if you are any coach and you get the number one overall pick and you select a quarterback, you've basically just told yourself and everybody else, I'm getting fired at some point this year. Statistically anyway.
Right.
Statistically that's.
And you think about that. So number one overall pick means you have a bad team to begin with.
Right.
But if you're showing no improvement, there's a reason why these coaches got fired.
But that's the thing too. Do they expect some 21, 22, 23-year-old kid to come
to lead you to the playoffs
right off the bat into the most difficult difficult sports, team sport that there is. You're
Right.
talking about the highest level, the smartest of the smarts,
And the
scheming
most important
and
position on the field,
right,
you know?
you know,
Like, come on, what are you thinking?
and then you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm gonna have a winning year this year with my rookie quarterback. No, you're not. You're not even close.
No,
You know, have there been
no.
have there been flukes? Yeah, yeah. There's been
Yeah, there have.
yeah,
There have.
yeah. His name was Ben Roethlisberger.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? When he went
Yeah.
15-1 as a starter,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it helped that he had one of the best defenses in the league too, in a
and
running game,
and
you
there's
know?
the other and there's the other side to it. You know, he wasn't he, he wasn't the most important
Right.
player on that field at that point in time.
Right.
He was just a supporting cast, right?
Yeah.
All he
Absolutely.
all he
Yeah.
had to do is say, "Hey, here, look, here's your read. You throw it to him or you throw it away.
Right.
You know,
Right.
this is a running play. Just hand the ball off and get the hell out of the way."
Yeah, these quarterbacks now, Cam Ward is, he has no running game,
Mm-mm.
no offensive line. His best receiver for all intents and purposes has been hurt all year in Ridley, and
Right.
he hasn't been when he's been healthy, he hasn't been catching the ball. Um, Defensively, they're in shambles. That team. Last year we can talk about Caleb Williams,
Yeah.
zero offensive line, no running game, and a bad
Mm-hmm.
defense.
Right.
You know, so
Right.
like you said, you're setting yourself up for a death sentence unless you're a team that acquired a pick and became number one, and you lucked out. You know,
So the only way that you get away with this, and I'm going to take this just as an example right now, because this is the only way I see any other thing working because of the situation, right? So the Pittsburgh Steelers next year, for all intents purposes, are going to have a hole at quarterback. We just don't know, right?
right,
So the only possible, or I should say, hypothetically, the best case scenario to getting a rookie quarterback is next year and starting him off the top. So essentially, Will Howard is our starting quarterback next year. And he's got the perfect scenario. He's already got made guys to throw the ball to hand the ball off. And he's got a defense that, for lack of a better word, is going to be dominant because they have all these great guys and on decent contracts too.
right, right.
The only one in question that I can think of that may not be here next year is Cam Hayward because he might retire.
Cam Hayward, yeah, absolutely. And we drafted his replacement number one this year.
Right.
So
Not to mention
yeah,
we have Yaya Black as well.
yes, exactly.
So
Yeah,
we got two guys that can fill that hole. Um,
right,
so in this scenario, when we're talking about bad teams getting rookie quarterbacks, this is the best case scenario for a rookie quarterback. Because again, Rodgers is done this year. After this, you know, there might be a slim possibility that he comes back for one more, but I doubt that, and it's very slim.
right,
You know,
right.
if he wants to come back, it's going to be by the fact that he says, "Hey, sign me for 7," and
Yes,
you know what I
right.
mean. Like, I just want to hang. I
Yep,
just want to have one more year because I can't let it go. Or what. But I think he's about done anyway. He seemed like he was done 2 3 years ago because
right.
how many times he mulled back and forth about retiring and this and that.
Yeah,
The only reason why he didn't retire after last year was because he felt cheated and he didn't want to go out on a terrible note
right, right.
after rupturing his Achilles. So he wanted to be able to write his own narrative, and he is. And for right now, knock on wood, you know, he's doing a bang up job.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can't say enough about him, honestly.
He's got
Yeah,
a 5-to-1 ratio right now, 5 touchdowns to one pick. That's his
right.
ratio. Realistically, it's 10-to-2. but his
Right.
ratio is 5-1. Um,
Yeah.
and I'll take that all day. I'll take that every day of the
Oh
week.
yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
you're talking about this at this point in 12 weeks. We're looking at 20 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
Right.
And at the end of that, we're talking
So
about 30 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. So I'll take
so
that all the time.
the one reason I was leaning almost going to take the Steelers. I heard this tonight on the way home. In 16 career Thursday night games,
Oh God.
Aaron Rodgers has thrown for 4,800 yards, 42 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. That's insane. That is insane. Oh, and
Yeah.
his record
Hmm.
is 13-3 in those 16. So pretty impressive.
It's not too late to change your
I know.
pick. um,
Listen, I'm not. I'm keeping just because I'm. Like I said, I'm a realist with Tomlin. That's all.
like, you know, just this past weekend, there was a couple of times that I was like, you know what? Nobody else is taking it. I'll take it. And it kind of
Yeah,
worked for me on one or two of them, but um, yeah, but yeah, I saw that stat today about rookie rookie quarterbacks, number one overall pick quarterbacks and their finishes, and I was like,
that's
boy,
crazy.
that's nuts.
Well, it's hard to win in this league, regardless.
Right.
And when the organization, the keys are given to you, and you're with a, majority of the time you're going to a bad football team for a
Mhm.
reason,
Yep.
and they expect you to turn it around, and it's not going to happen.
Mm-mm.
You know,
Nope.
I mean, I remember when Fisher got fired. I didn't think he was at fault whatsoever. He was just it was a bad team, you know.
Well, not to mention
So
too, his his record wasn't totally terrible. I mean, granted, it was
no, it's
granted,
4-9 in a tough division. I
right,
remember back then with the Rams.
right.
You
Granted,
know,
it was bad. It was 4-9, but
right?
you know, the only other one to have a record like that got fired was Eberflus, and he was 4-8. Everyone else only had 2 wins or 1 win.
Wow,
2 and
wow.
5, 2 and 11, 1 and 10, 1 and 5.
Right.
You know,
I think Eberflus. When I think about though, remember the coaching mistakes he made in like back-to-back weeks where
hmm
it wasn't for his. They could have been 6-6 at one point. So
right,
he hung himself. He hung himself.
right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I do remember him having a bunch of questionable calls. We're
At,
like, what are you
at the end of
doing?
games, at
Yeah,
the end of the games, the blue games. Yeah.
important games too. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah.
um, so we talked about Cincy and them playing Green Bay. Um, you ended up getting by on the skin of your teeth on that one. You took the
Yep.
Bengals plus 13.5. And like I said, you got by the skin of your teeth on that one practically. But, uh, I mean, kind of surprising that since he scored 18, but again, you still have Jamar Chase, you still have T. Higgins,
Right.
you
Right.
still got it. You still got a capable quarterback in Joe Flacco, so not overly surprising. Um,
And plus, Green Bay doesn't blow teams out. It seems
well,
they're a good football team, but they don't
and
blow teams out.
and
It
that was
seems.
that was what I was going to say for my other point here. Green Bay doesn't look like the same team that we saw the first 2 weeks of the year.
No,
The first two
not at
months of the
all.
year. They
Right.
they look a mess, to be honest. They're up and down.
Yeah.
They're all over the place.
No.
Um, you know, I don't have as much confidence in Green Bay winning their division now than I did at the beginning of the year.
Me too. I mean, if you ask me now, I'll still say Detroit probably.
Yeah, I would change mine to Detroit as well.
Even though Green Bay beat the pants off them week one, I would say Detroit. You
Yeah,
know,
and even though Atlanta, or not Atlanta, the Chiefs ended up beating,
Kansas City beat. Yeah.
I would still pick Detroit as well. So
Yeah.
time will tell. We'll see. Um, uh, San Francisco and Tampa, 30-19. Like we said, Baker's just a dog. You know,
Yeah. He is
and unfortunately, it does look like that Mbuka is going to end up missing some time here.
2 to 3 weeks possibly with a hammy.
something like that. Definitely going to be multiple weeks with a hammy.
Right.
Um, and it's again, he's playing in an important position where you're going to need that thing. You know, you're going to need that
Right.
hamstring running around and everything like that. So yeah.
Good news for them. Mike Evans is practicing, so
Okay.
may play this week. So that's good for the Buccaneers.
So
You know,
funny story. Uh, Tez Tez Johnson.
Johnson, as Johnson. Yeah.
Tez Johnson scores that touchdown and thinks that everybody's chanting MVP for him.
Right.
He
Right.
he goes to the sideline and he goes, "Hey man, they chanting MVP," and he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "But why are they chanting MVP? I ain't do nothing all year." It's like, bro, it's for Baker, not for you. He goes, "Oh."
You gotta
So
love it. You gotta
I
love it.
I thought that was funny. Uh, Definitely comical to hear that story. But Tampa Bay, man, they're a machine right now. Baker's got them humming, and it doesn't matter who he's throwing the ball to.
Mhm.
He's lighting people up.
Yep. I mean, a good pickup-ish week fantasy because of the injuries. Kate Otten, he's using
Mhm.
him more, especially in the red zone.
Right.
Baker just finds guys, man. He hasn't. Did you see the run where he got away from people? Looked like he was caught for. I mean, the guy's just an animal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved him in Oklahoma just because of his moxie.
Right.
You know.
It's funny too because they did that side by side play um, where they had, I think it was Patrick Mahomes and Baker side by side on the hits they took in the game. You know, Pat gets hit and he lays on the ground and he's looking for a flag. Like, what the hell? What the hell?
Right.
And Baker gets absolutely crushed.
Oh,
And he pops up and fucking
yeah.
he pops up and peacocks the guy like, what? You didn't hit me hard enough.
Yep.
You know
Yep.
what I mean? And it's like, that's just two different guys, man.
It is.
Just
It
two
is.
different guys.
The moxie he has is just. It's. I think the team rubs off on that, man. The
Yeah.
team gets off on that, and,
Of
and
course they do. If you don't
uh,
believe that, then you haven't been watching the New York Giants and Cam
oh,
Scatterbo.
I was gonna say Jackson Dart, yes, and against Cam Scatterbo,
I think,
yes,
in my personal opinion, Scatterbo and Baker Mayfield are the Bash Brothers. They are identical, right? Can you imagine having those two together? I mean, they're
oh,
like
those knuckleheads,
they're they're
yeah,
they're bros. They're frat brothers for crying out loud.
yep,
That's what
yep,
they remind me of.
yep,
So that's just a funny little tidbit. And then the last one here is the Bears got revenge on the Commanders
yeah,
on a last second field goal.
yep,
And what's even funnier about that last second field goal is that it was by Jake Moody, who, if you don't
doink,
remember, well, not only that, but
doink and double
yeah,
doink,
yeah, if you don't remember, Debo got in his face
yes,
in
yes,
San Francisco
yes, he did,
and
yes,
basically
he
said,
did,
basically told him, "Hey, do your fucking job."
yeah,
And here you are. Jake Moody caused a loss in San Francisco, and now he beats Devo with
right,
a field goal to win it.
yep,
So it's kind of
yep,
like it's kind of one of those ironic. Hey,
yeah, King 360 there, yeah,
yeah,
for
that
sure,
that karma really shot yourself in the ass on that one.
yeah, yeah,
So there's our little recap. Going over the spreads, or not the spreads, but the tallies here. I had Matt at 16 and 14 as a final. Um, you same thing, 16 and 14. And I went 12 and 18 um, with our over unders and against the spreads. He went 8 and 7. You went 7 and 8. I went 5 and 10. Terrible. Over unders 8 and 7, 9 and 6 for you, 7 and 8 for me. Um, so with the against the spreads, we're almost neck and neck. Uh, Matt's at 45, you're at 49, I'm at 48. That's wins. Percentage wise, he's at 48, you're at 53, I'm at 52. So we're right, me and you are right next to each other. Over unders, a little bit different. He's got a he's got a pretty substantial lead on us. He's at 52%. You're at 44, and I'm at 46. That's percentages. Wins for those over unders, he's at 48. I got 43. You got 41. Um, Overall standings, pretty close as well. This is just in the NFL. Win percentages, he's at 50. I'm at 49. You're at 48. So again, we're all neck and neck. We're
Very
all right.
close. Yeah.
And then overall, you and him are tied, and I'm at 46. Huh, that doesn't look right. I'll have to see where the mix up is. Let's see. Okay. and then uh, and then we go on to week 8 in college. So um, there was definitely a game or two that I could have chosen over some of these other games, but I chose these games. One of which we have not picked on yet, and I was kind of excited to do it last week, but we're going to do it this week. So the first one I have is number 10 LSU going against number 17 Vanderbilt.
Mm.
Vanderbilt is the favorite,
Wow.
minus 2.5 against number 10 LSU. And the over under is set at 47.5. Very low.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
um,
That's crazy.
and it's in Vanderbilt. So it's in Vanderbilt. It's in Tennessee. So that's going to play a huge factor, I think, in this one. At least it
Mm-hmm.
will. At least it will for me. Um, when we talk about Brian Kelly and his coaching style, and you know, Vanderbilt just came off a pretty devastating loss to Alabama.
Yeah.
Are they going to have that stuck in their heads? Are they going to be defeated because of that? Because that's been like their Super Bowl the last couple of years, is that
Yeah.
game.
Yep.
So are they going to proverbially taken uh, adrenaline dump after last week? Um, I don't know, but I'm interested to find out, and I'm hoping that that's not the case because I'm going to take Vanderbilt and I'm going to take the over in this game.
You're taking Vandy and the over.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. 47 and a half. Wow.
yeah.
I'm going to take, man, let me see. I'm going to go with you with Vanderbilt on this one. I'm taking the under, though.
Okay.
I love both. I like the defenses on both teams. Both teams have really good quarterbacks, but I think the only way Vanderbilt wins this game is a lower scoring game, which I kind of sets up like that. But these SEC teams, you can never know how they're going to play. They seem to play tight games, but I don't know. Um, they're 1-1 in conference. They're 5-1 overall, though. Both of them are 5-1. LSU's 2-1. They're 1-1. Give
Hmm.
me Vandy at home just because they're home.
Right.
I could see this being like a 23-20 game. So,
I do too, which is why I ended up taking Vanderbilt. If it was a larger spread, I probably would take LSU.
right.
Yeah, if this was a 3.5 game, I'd probably be on LSU
Yeah.
since it's not going to make that much difference field goal game. Then I'll ride with the team that I want to win.
Right.
So the next game I have is a pretty important game in the SEC. It is number 5 Ole Miss going to Georgia, number 9 to take on the Bulldogs,
Cool.
and the Bulldogs are going to give 7.5.
Wow.
Yeah, big spread on that one.
Ooh.
Um, Especially against a better ranked team.
Right.
And the over under is set at 54.5. Um, I've already made my pick on this.
Okay. I'm going to take Old Miss in the over in this one.
That's great. I'm going to take Ole Miss in the under in this one.
Play.
I just think this one's going to be a tighter game because these teams are who they are. Uh, they're top 10 teams. I think their defenses are going to be able to keep this one tight. But I think Ole Miss. I mean, I'm getting points with Ole Miss, and Ole
Yeah,
Miss has
seven and
had
a half.
and Ole Miss has had a better track record against Georgia than just about anybody else.
Right.
So I almost think that we're going to be stealing with this one. Then, then again, what do we know?
Yeah.
The next one I have is Tennessee, number 11, and number 6, Alabama. Seems like Alabama's on here all the time, but they play in a lot of big games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but Alabama's going to give 7.5 to Tennessee,
Wow.
and the over under is set at 59.5.
Wow. Jesus.
Yeah, big spreads for big games here. Um,
Wow.
both teams are 5-1. Tennessee's 2-1 in section play. Alabama's 3-0 in section play. Um,
Ooh.
Tennessee's coming into Alabama, but a touchdown favorite for Alabama.
That's a lot, man, in my opinion.
I know.
You got two good football teams, even though they're going into Bama. Um, boy,
I got to
I
take the
think
points.
I'm taking.
I got to take.
Yeah,
I'm
me
taking the
too.
points. I'm taking Tennessee, and
Yeah,
I'm actually going to take the under again on this one.
yeah, I'm with you. I'm riding with you on this one. Tennessee in the under for sure. Even though, even though the average Tennessee game is about 68 points. I
Yeah, but
think that they're going to try to.
they're not going to drop 68 on Alabama.
No, no, no. I'm saying combined. I'm saying
Oh,
combined.
okay, okay,
The
okay.
average combined score of it looks like 75, 80, 65, 88. It's crazy, but you're not playing the defenses like against like Alabama
Right.
and Tennessee. So I'm going with the Tennessee, and at 7.5 is too much for me. Give me
Yeah.
Tennessee in the under
Yeah.
also.
Yep. I'm on the same thing. We're both riding this. So
Yeah.
this next one is where things got dicey for me because you got Notre Dame, number 13 in the nation, which people were wondering about this because they're number 13 and they got 2 losses, and
Right.
you know, they're in a prime spot, number 13. Um, and they're playing 20 USC. But the game that I chose is a Big 12 matchup.
Utah BYU.
Utah and BYU. Number 23 Utah going against number 15 BYU. That's the game that I chose.
Like
Just just to put this in perspective, right? USC is getting 9.5 against Notre Dame. And
I think
the
USC can beat them too. So
I do too. And the over under is set at 61.5 on that.
wow.
So here's the game that I chose. Utah is giving 3.5, and the over under is set at 48.5.
Wow.
So I'm
Okay.
still surprised by this because BYU is a freaking home team,
Mm-hmm.
and
Undefeated home team.
they're getting points, and not just like a point and a half. They're getting 3.5, and the over under set at 48.5. To me, this is
Wow.
another game that screams, pick me, pick me. So for me, this is a simple thing. I'm taking BYU and I'm taking the over.
Mm, I think we have a differ here.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
I think. I think. Um. Let me see.
You want to hear something crazy?
Sure.
All the games that we picked last week,
Mm-hmm.
every under hit.
Wow. Wow. Well, I am gonna lean on it under in this game. I think both teams are going to run the ball and keep it under. Give me Utah in the under in this one.
Okay. All right. So
So let's talk. Go ahead.
I was just going to say about our super dogs last week, who won, and
Okay.
so well, first let's go with Matt, and then you, and then me, because I'm the best winner of all time. Um, uh, Matt went with number 17 Illinois against Ohio State. He got 16.5. Almost. He got close. Got close, but not
What? That
close
was
enough.
16. What? 18 or something like that.
It was 34-16.
Okay.
And add to 16.5 points, he's at 32.5.
Yeah.
So he just missed it. Not
Right.
bad.
Yeah.
You did a little bit worse. You took Rutgers against Washington, 10.5.
Right.
And that final was 38-19.
Yeah.
I
Smacked.
I was the biggest winner because I know everything that there is to know, and I know that Northwestern playing Penn State was a layup because Northwestern beat them 22-21, and the spread on that game was 21.5. So I went from having no points to now having 35 points. And Penn State no longer has James Franklin as a head coach.
Yeah. What do you feel about that as a fan?
I love it.
I mean, listen, I know how you feel because we both felt the same thing about him as a coach.
Yes.
Now you look at the financial um, things. So they're on the hook for 49 million for getting rid of him, which is fine. The university has a ton of money, ton of boosters, but also probably another 25 million in assistant coaches. So it's costing him about 75 million to get rid of him for the rest of the year. Um, and again, money's not an issue here. It's the way that Franklin did things, and we both agree it was time for him to go. No doubt about that.
As a coach, he needed to go. As a
Yes, as a
human,
recruiter, he was
as a
phenomenal.
human being, caring about the kids,
Right.
guiding them along, recruiting them, working them, coaching them and stuff like that. Couldn't have been a better guy. But as a
Right.
coach, coaching this team and his decision making, if he was in
Yeah.
the NFL, he'd have been gone a long ass time ago.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
We're talking about a guy who just couldn't win big games. He just couldn't
Right.
for whatever reason.
No.
I don't know if his britches got too tight around the gonads, and he froze up. He didn't know what to do. But I kind of saw the writing on the wall the last 2 years because of his choice in Drew Aller. Now, Drew Aller unfortunately dislocates his ankle or breaks his leg, whichever one. They haven't fully come out and said what actually happened to the damn kid. Um, but now he's out for the year, and his draft stock just plummeted. Okay.
Oh yeah, big time. Yes.
When I mean, you could easily say he lost about 40-50 million dollars by staying at Penn
Oh
State
yeah.
because he should have been out in the
Yeah.
draft.
Yep.
Which would have been great because that kid Perbola, who's now
Oh yeah.
who is now at Missouri, is leading them on a pretty fantastic run. He could have been still here,
Right.
which would have been great.
Hmm.
Um, but that's not the case. I digress. What I heard though in his contract, because some of these details have gotten leaked since he's been fired, is that he is required to go find a coaching and or broadcasting job, and he needs to get paid less than 8 million for that contract to still pay him the amount of money.
Right.
If he makes over 8 million, they only owe the difference of that 49 million. So
Right.
if he gets paid 10 million, they only owe him 39.
Right.
And I heard a different rumor, but I there's probably no way that you can confirm or deny this, but I've never heard of a company doing this, no matter how big they were.
The Adidas rumor.
Right. The Adidas rumor, which
Yeah.
is the fact that they were one of the main culprits in pushing this man out, which
Yeah, I heard that rumor too. I don't believe it for a second, just
I don't
because
either.
of the Penn State AD has a ton of power, and he's not the type to get pushed around by and Penn State University is its own brand.
Right. Well,
They shit on Adidas.
not
Like
to mention Adidas is reportedly doing like a $300 million contract or something like that.
right,
And they even said that they would pick up part of his
right,
buyout,
right,
which,
right,
as a business sense, Penn State would jump all over that.
right,
You're going to give me 300, and then you're going to pay him part of his 49 to get rid of him. Where do I sign?
right.
You know, um, now you got Terry Smith, former Gateway head coach, who is now the interim head coach for Penn State. Where do they go from here? Who is their next head coach? Obviously, it's not going to be
So
this year.
I think there's a
Uh,
short list of 4 or 5 candidates with one maybe surprise name. Um, Two of them I think you and I have heard of. We know them. One is Signetti from Indiana.
listen,
That's a big rumor. I
listen to
don't
me.
think that's happening.
I will go 6 to midnight if we get fucking Kirk Signetti. Okay,
Right,
I love
right.
that guy. I think he is
Yeah. So so that's a name that everyone loves.
right.
I don't think it'll happen for one reason. Um, Indiana has the resources to match everything, but Signetti, if he can't win it, he knows winning at Indiana isn't like winning at Penn State. Okay,
There's not a shot
everyone
in
knows that.
hell. There is not a shot in hell that Indiana gets rid of Kurt Signetti for any
Right,
reason
exactly.
whatsoever.
They're going to
The
and
only way,
not to mention, I
right?
didn't know this. Mark Cuban's on their board of trustees,
Oh, okay,
which I had no idea.
okay. So there you have it. They will
Yeah,
throw whatever type of money at
right,
Kirk Signetti to keep him there.
right.
So
The second name,
yeah,
which Signetti, I'm with you. I love the guy. I think he's a great coach.
yeah.
I think it would be astonishing if he came here
Hmm.
into Penn State to coach. It'd be
Hmm.
phenomenal. I don't see it happening though.
No,
The other name, which I do believe could happen, it could be happen pretty quick. Guy has a ton of contacts to Penn State. He came on, so he's a Penn State guy. I just don't like the hire if they do it. Matt Rule. I just don't. If I'm a Penn State fan, I don't like the hire. If they do that, great coach. He won at Temple, put them on the map. Went to the NFL, struggled, came back, has put Nebraska back in the possible borderline top 25. I just I don't know if that's a coach to take this team to the next level. He's a good recruiter, a good coach, but I don't know. I don't know if I see him as a coach here. But that's a
well,
name that I keep hearing. You
right.
know,
So I'm going to blow your socks off with the next rumored one. You may have heard of it, you may not have. Um, but the one with Matt Rule, he's probably the strongest candidate for that
yes,
role. because of the fact he was actually asked about this. Hey, Penn State jobs opened up. What are you going to do? He didn't confirm nor deny anything about it. He kind of just said nothing, which
Right.
to me says a lot,
Yeah.
you know. Um, Not to mention, he's still going to be in the Big Ten. Nebraska's still in the Big Ten.
Right.
Uh, Now, granted, it's a little bit more of a notoriety with Penn State because, again, like you said, they're their own brand. Um,
Right.
Great recruiter. He needs to be because we just lost seven of them, seven of
Yeah.
the top tier recruits in the nation.
Right.
And if but and unfortunately I have to say this, but there's one guy that can get them all back.
I know you're gonna say, and it
Uh
makes
huh.
me throw up.
I know. I don't feel too
And
great
and,
about
and
it either. But I say this not because it's just throwing a dart in the dark. I'm saying this because reports have come out that there was a private jet in Happy Valley today.
oh, okay.
Today.
This is news to me. Okay.
You still
Maybe
know
it's
that
not the same guy.
it's still the same guy.
Okay.
I'm well aware. Um, Still the same guy, but his name alone
Hmm.
can bring anybody.
Yes. Yes.
So Dion Sanders is apparently in talks, in
Yeah.
discussion, and a private
Yes.
plane was chartered to Happy Valley that has landed. And from what his publicist or his wife or rep, somebody has said, is that he had business in Pennsylvania today.
Interesting. Interesting.
So he's about the one guy that, in hopes to salvage these recruits to come in, I would say go for it. Get these guys back. Um, Especially Keemon Spell out of McKeesport. I know his dad. Dad's a great guy. He was a hell of a ball player. I was terrified to go up against him. He hit like a semi truck. And from seeing his kids' highlights, his kid's the same way. You know what I
He's
mean?
he's a dude. I see him every morning. He's a truck. He's a grown
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
As 11th grader, he is a
right.
grown man. I
I
mean,
was I was super psyched to have Keemon commit to Penn State, but I'm devastated now.
yeah, he's actually going to Georgia tomorrow for a trip.
Yeah, what was that trip to Georgia?
Yeah, tomorrow, Georgia. Yeah, or not
That's
tomorrow, Saturday. He's going to Georgia for a trip,
yeah,
which we know because he reopened up the recruiting process. First
right,
time he heard from Georgia, he got excited. So, you know,
yeah,
what kid wouldn't?
right.
I
And
mean,
then another kid out of McKeesport, Javion Robinson, who
yeah,
I know his mother very well. Graduated with her, sweet woman, love her. One of my favorite people. He's a stud too, and
yeah,
he has an offer obviously from Penn State. He has an offer from everywhere though.
yeah,
Kid's a stud. He was another one I was hoping that was gonna play for the blue and white, but
yeah.
don't blame him if he
Spent the
doesn't want
last
to go
two
there.
weeks. Yeah, spent the last 2 weekends at Pitt actually.
Right.
Um, love, but again, a kid whoever he goes to is going to help that team immediately because great football player, better kid.
Right.
Just like he won't spell. I mean, the kids is just legitimate kid. You know what I mean? I mean, great kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing that sucks with these kids. They all decommitted. The kid from Penn Hills, the kid from Pine Richland,
Hmm.
they all reopened their recruiting process.
Yep.
So 7 major recruits, not to mention about 6 4-star. But still, if they bring in a guy like Dion, which makes me nauseous, it's funny you say that about the plane ride here today. I didn't know about that because I know there were rumors last week when Pitt was in Tallahassee. By the way, big upset there, good win.
Yeah.
That's all they're talking about. The board of trustees in Florida State is Look, That's all they're talking about is Dion coming back to FSU to put them back on the map. They're done with Norville. But guess what?
Right.
If Penn State threw their hat in the ring, guess what? FSU don't have a shot. So, you know.
Right.
Now
Um,
the other name that I've circled that I've he's been with the program a long time. We're talking. He knows the program, familiar in Penn State. That it could be a wild card. Joe Brady has a
okay.
lot of contacts with the board of trustees there. Great recruiter. You know,
And if I'm not
that's
mistaken,
the
that's the same Joe Brady that had Joe Burrow as his quarterback
yes, absolutely,
when
yes,
he was the OC, right?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Down
So
in
I mean, the
LSU.
guy knows
Okay.
offense, and that's the one thing where Penn State struggled recently is offense. So that to me that he's a wild card
Hmm.
guy name that I keep saying. So
So here's a couple other guys that I wouldn't mind seeing.
okay,
Okay. Um, Brent Key from Georgia Tech.
Georgia, yeah,
Okay.
put them on a map this year. Yeah,
Yeah. Love you. Matt Campbell from Iowa State.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh, Terry Smith, if he does a great job at the end of this year, maybe we consider keeping him around. He's been with the program for
right.
12 years.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
forever.
you know.
Yeah,
Um, Manny Diaz, now the head coach at Duke, but
right,
he was the OC at Penn State just two
right,
years ago. You know.
right. The only thing that worries me about him, he had a big program to run in Miami
Hmm.
and was atrocious there.
Okay.
But I don't blame that all on him though. Miami, the university didn't support him then. He
Okay.
didn't have a lot of support from the university. So, but he just did a
Okay.
bad. Now look what he's doing at Duke though.
Right.
He's doing a heck of a job there. So
Right.
you know,
Um, Mike Elko, Texas A&M.
Texas A&M, great coach,
Okay.
great coach.
And here's my last, again, swing in the dark, if you will. But you always know how DCs, OCs from major schools have great years and then they go on to be head coaches elsewhere. This guy's been in the system, not in Penn State, but just all over football, pros, college, all of it. What if Matt Patricia?
Listen, you stole the name right out of my mouth. Talk about a guy who I love personally.
Right.
And he would embody that university and that team like none other for sure.
Right.
Um, to me, you would have to take him seriously if he threw his hat in the ring
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
You know,
And he's not that far away from his old stomping grounds.
no,
Happy
you're right,
Valley is not that far away from New England.
right, exactly. The BC area, New England. I mean, the Patriots forever. So you're right. You're right.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
he could kind of lock up recruiting in that upper northeast.
Yes. Absolutely.
You know,
Yep.
obviously Ohio, you know, because he's at
Yes.
Ohio State. Um,
Right.
you know, so Ohio State, West Virginia, Maryland,
Yep.
Pennsylvania, Delaware, New York, everything in New England. You know, he would have that upper region kind of locked in.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that they're not going to lack here with uh, people is they're going to have their choice of a lot of good names, a lot of
Oh,
good football
absolutely.
coaches.
And by the
You know,
sounds of it, they're going to take their good old time about it too. Like
oh,
this,
they are, and
there is no
rightfully
rush,
so,
and they
because
should.
this year's we're going to take an L.
Yeah.
With the quarterback out, a brand new quarterback's going to play a tough schedule. Now, also, if you look at next year's schedule, that's a 10-win schedule. I don't care who you have a quarterback. There's no Ohio State in the schedule. You're not playing your upper tier Big Ten teams. Your non-conference is god awful next year.
I didn't even see their schedule for next year. For crying out loud,
dude, take a look at it. Just
Dude,
take a glance.
you're getting me all.
It's really
hyped
bad.
up.
It's really bad.
I can't wait to stand on my soapbox and tell everybody how great we are for nothing. Well, you guys don't play
I'm
anybody.
just
Well,
saying,
you can eat shit. How about that?
right?
I
I'm
don't
just
care if
saying,
we don't
look at
play
the
anybody.
schedule here, like, wow,
Yeah, I don't care if we don't play anybody. We're still, fucking 10-0 or whatever.
right?
Yeah. Scrolling here, I'm trying to find them. What time they play? 3:30? No,
Yeah, I
they played
think so.
7. That's right. They're playing Iowa. They're playing 7. Uh, I don't know if I can look at next year's. I probably have to like
I'll
look
pull
up.
it up here.
Pull it up.
Okay, so next year's schedule for Penn State. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you
Go
grabbing
from
your holding your
yeah. Matter of fact, I want to write this down. Go from week 0, week 1, or whatever. Go ahead.
all right, September 5th, home game Marshall.
Marshall.
Yeah. September 12th, road game at Temple.
Temple.
Yeah. Saturday, September 19th, home game Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Hey, don't roll
Then the
out
big
Temple because that was when fucking Penix beat us.
yeah, but that's when they were good. They're horrible again.
Okay.
Okay.
Was that when
Here
Matt
we
Rule
go.
was there? Was that when Matt Rule was there?
Yeah. Yeah.
How about that?
Okay. Okay. Now, date to be determined. Just write down a list.
Yeah.
In order. At Maryland.
Okay.
Here's your tough game. At Michigan.
We've always had trouble with Michigan too. Was it?
Right.
Did you stay away or home?
At Michigan.
Okay, so it's a road game.
Then Northwestern.
Ooh.
And then the last 4 are home games.
Is Northwestern home? Oh no.
No.
Okay, so it's a road game, Northwestern. So 3 in a row road games. Okay.
Yeah. Then you end the year with 4 straight home games.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Really awkward schedule setup.
Yeah.
So the home games are Minnesota, Purdue, Rutgers, and USC.
So USC is probably going to be that whiteout.
Right.
Because I don't see any other team in here that unless they're ranked, I don't see any other team here that they're going to have a whiteout with.
Right. Usually it's Michigan State. It's a bigger Ohio State, Michigan.
Ohio State, yeah. So it looks like that USC is the potential for senior rec whiteout.
Right. There's no Oregon on the schedule. There's no Ohio State on the schedule. There's no Nebraska, no
so
Michigan State.
Right.
No Wisconsin.
But here's my problem though.
Yeah.
You look at this schedule, and if they're not ranked high, they're going to have a hard time breaking into the top 10.
Oh, you're exactly right. You're right.
Because this strength of schedule is dog shit.
Yeah, it's garbage. Right. Right.
Now again, that's looking at it from right now. Could Northwestern be good next year? Sure. Could Minnesota be good next year? Sure. USC is always USC. Michigan is always Michigan. Can Maryland be good next year? Yeah, because they're pretty good this year. They're not terrible. Purdue, possible. Not likely, possible. And Rutgers, it seems that Rutgers always ends up playing Penn State pretty tough anyway.
They do. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
That is a cakewalk.
Yeah, I saw it and I was thought I'm like, really? There's no Oregon, no Ohio State, no Michigan State, no Nebraska, no Wisconsin, like no Iowa. Like, wow, okay.
And that also hurts recruiting in a sense too.
It does. That was actually brought up. That's the only reason I looked at this because who was it on? It was Pat McAfee brought it up, and he said you got to look at their schedule next year. Whoever coach comes in is going to be a winner, but there's not much wow factor in that schedule. And I looked, I'm like, what do you mean? Playing in the Big Ten, I looked, I'm like, wow. When they put it up on screen, I was like, holy cow.
Right.
The 2 big games right now, I mean, just on paper, are Michigan and USC.
That's it.
Yeah.
Those are potentially your top 25 matchups.
Right.
Because I mean, Me personally, I think next year when the rankings comes out, they're going to be unranked.
Yeah, I do too.
They're going to
Yeah,
have they're going to have a rookie quarterback or a new quarterback,
right,
unless they can get somebody in the transfer portal.
right,
They're gonna have to develop whatever guy that still has eligibility on their list. Um, they got a lot of decommits that maybe hopefully we can save a couple of them.
right.
But
Even if you save a handful of them, that's fine.
if we save 3 out of the 7, I'll call it a win.
Yes, agree,
You
agree.
know, but that's a stretch too, man. Like it's just
Yeah,
that's tough. It's
here's the problem they're facing right now. So if they do wait to the end of the year, all your commits are gone for this year. This year is basically a wash. You're going to get whatever you can get. You know what I mean? Whatever Terry Smith can salvage
right.
um, with relationships. Your new guy, if it's not Smith, coming in next year is going to have to go to work as soon as he gets here. Do the transfer portal. Go on the recruiting trail hot for the 2027 commits. You
Yeah,
know, because that's where it hurts having an in-season firing. You know,
yeah,
it really right in the middle, right in the middle of commitment. I mean, it's tough. It's tough, especially in a good year in a year where they were. I think they're ranked number 8 in the country recruiting. They were until this happened. So
yeah.
you
And
know,
it's almost like maybe we should have waited until the end of the year
well,
and
that was my whole thing. So you
put
and I
every
have been on the
yeah,
same page with Franklin the entire time,
right.
and just monetarily wise, if they would have waited till the end of the year, it would have cost them like 8 million just because of the buyout factor. But I understand why they did it. You and I both do because you lost the game against Oregon you should have won.
Hmm.
Then you go in like 2 ways against UCLA and Northwestern. The first time in history a top a top 5 team preseason got lost to 220 plus 20 underdog. If teams you were favored by plus 20 points to. I mean,
Right.
just I don't get it. I don't get
Yeah.
it. You
Yeah.
know.
And it's funny because Texas is no better because they were
Oh,
preseason one and
right,
two, preseason one and
right.
two. Texas one, Penn
Yes,
State two, and
right.
neither one of them are ranked right now.
No,
You know, but
Texas could sell it for a season, but I just
right.
don't see it.
They could have came up with some deal like, hey, look, Franklin, we're getting rid of you at the end of the year. Okay, it's just
Right.
it is what it is. Okay,
Hmm.
finish out the year. We'll give you that respect. Finish out the year, but we're
Yeah.
going to go a different direction next year. Let's try to save their commits, right?
Right.
So we can have a coach come in here and have something to work with, right?
Right. Right.
Instead of basically starting over from scratch, where Matt Roll would be great to come in that aspect.
Oh, listen. Like I said, I wouldn't. If I'm a Penn State fan, I'm not unhappy with that hire. If he's the guy,
Hmm.
he could win. It's just I don't know if he's the guy to take that next level. You know.
Well, maybe we don't need that though. Maybe what we need
Right.
is
Well,
we need to fix the allure of what Penn State is right now, and that's can't win the big one.
true. True.
So let's build this
Yeah.
roster back up to compete with the
Yep.
big ones, and then
Right.
maybe get somebody in here who can win the big ones.
Right. The one thing that Roll has done wherever he went is had strong coordinators too. That
Yeah,
always helps.
yeah,
You know. So.
yeah. It'll be interesting too because I've always felt that they've come up a little bit short with their coordinators as well.
Well, it seems to me they've always went in house.
Yeah,
And when they finally do go out of house, their defense is good, but their offense is just dog shit. Like, you know.
it almost sounds like the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, brother. Just gonna say that, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Um, but I'm sure that there's somebody that we're not even remotely thinking of.
oh, probably, yeah.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
hear a ton of people talking about how they want that OC from UCLA.
oh, Neuheiser,
Yeah,
or dude, coaching. Deshaun Foster gets fired, and look how good they're playing.
yeah. So that's another guy on the list of guys that wanted that could take over and basically win now with this roster, right? Um, but he doesn't. I how's he going to recruit? The guy is essentially a
Right.
no. The guy's essentially a no name,
Right.
unproven.
Yeah.
So if you're going to hire that guy, it's not with the preceptor as this is a short term fix. This is going to be
Right.
we have to hire this guy long term so he can build his name under this program and make recruits want to come here. Because right out of the gate,
Right.
I don't think he's going to get anybody to come. He might get some transfers from UCLA,
Right. Right.
but he's not going to get anybody to come. Like go
No,
sit in
here's
somebody's
that,
house.
that's yeah, that's the weird thing. Plus, he's made his career from West Coast recruits, so
Right.
that'd be a tough one for him to jump to the East Coast. I mean, a good recruiter is a good recruiter, but you have your areas that a lot of these teams they hire they hire coaches who they know the areas where there's strong recruiting at.
Right.
So, you know,
Yeah. So again, I've heard his name floated around. Oh,
mhm,
excuse me. Excuse me. I've heard his name floated around a couple times. Um, and obviously, like I said, Dion would probably be the best hire for recruits,
yeah, right,
not for essentially building a program, but even for recruits. Let's put it to you this way. You know, the guy's been at Colorado now for 2 years, 3 years, 2 years, something like that.
yeah,
And 3 years. This is his third year, right? Yeah,
right.
2 years with his kids, and now this year. So it's his third year at Colorado. I don't think Colorado has improved.
No, they haven't. They've gotten worse.
Right.
They had one good year, and that was 6-6.
So maybe his name doesn't come with a lot of weight anymore. Because if it did, Colorado, in theory, should be a powerhouse,
True, true.
right?
Yeah,
If we're
yeah,
talking about getting recruits just off your name alone, they should be a powerhouse, and they're
right,
not.
right.
So I just don't think that with the track record that Penn State has publicly, they don't look good. Adding a sore thumb into that mix
Doesn't
prob-
help.
probably wouldn't help.
Right.
So thank you, love.
You're welcome, honey.
So I'm almost scared of that. Now, again, there's the devil in disguise on both of this. He's a big name that can get people. Hey, it's Deion Sanders. I'm going to play, Mom. I'm going to play for Deion Sanders. It's a Big
Right.
Ten school, and that's the other thing. It's like, who the fuck wants to go and play in Colorado? Granted, I'm sure the
Right.
area. I'm sure the
Well,
area is nice, but
not to mention,
who the
I
hell are you
didn't
playing?
realize that they just signed a $200 billion contract with ESPN that they're going to divvy up between the schools. No, they're right on par with SEC now to recruit and NIL and all that stuff. So
But that's
you
the
know,
thing. They're coming out of the Big 12.
right,
Who the fuck's in the Big 12? You know,
right.
let's find out. Who the hell is in the Big 12 that's even remotely okay? You got Arizona, Houston, Baylor, TCU, West Virginia, UCF, Texas Tech, Arizona State, Utah, BYU, Cincinnati, and Oklahoma.
Your
Obviously,
biggest team's Oklahoma.
yeah,
Yeah,
obviously, and Colorado. Um,
right.
but BYU
BYU
and
and Utah, they're like the Utah. I mean,
but and these I'm only saying these teams because they're more versatily known for good football, right? BYU,
absolutely right, right.
BYU, Utah, Oklahoma
Yeah,
State, and Cincinnati have been, eh,
yeah,
haven't been the
right,
greatest. They've been up and down. Arizona State only as of recent.
right,
Texas Tech for sure.
right,
West Virginia for sure.
right.
Not that they've had great teams, but they've had some
No,
they've had some good players.
yeah,
Steve Slayton, obviously,
mhm,
and all them guys. Um, TCU, not really. There's only one guy that really came out of there that's actually doing anything this year. and
Right. Right.
That's Quentin Johnston.
Yeah.
Baylor, only one guy that ever came out of there that it was worth the shit.
Oh,
And
that's where Rule was. Rule was after before he went to the pros. Baylor.
oh,
That's
okay.
where Matt Rule was. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
did he have RG3?
Yes.
So he had
Well, I don't know. I don't think that far back, but he was before he was in the pros. He was at Baylor. I know
okay,
that
okay.
he won
And
at
then
Baylor.
the
So
other two teams are Arizona and Houston. It's not a who's who of teams here, right? And
no,
what'd you say?
no,
Oklahoma. Oklahoma's in here too.
no. They're in the SEC.
I was gonna say they moved out of here. They were in here
Yeah,
and they
they're in the
moved out of here.
SEC now.
So
Yeah.
when you're looking at this, you're not looking at this and saying, "Oh, I want to go to a Big 12 school because of
Right.
the teams that they play." You know, again, if you're going to a Big 12 school, you're going to the Big 12 school that is probably the best in the Big 12, and that's a
Right.
toss up between Utah and BYU.
Yep. Exactly.
You know,
Yep.
so in that aspect, it's like, who gives a shit? I don't want to go there.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you got the Big 10, where here you go. So you also have Kansas State, Kansas, Iowa State,
Yeah. Iowa State. Those three. Yeah. Yeah.
and Colorado. So those
Right.
four other teams. Um, Iowa State, again, there's some notoriety there with Brock Purdy.
Hmm.
Uh, Kansas, I don't remember anybody coming out of Kansas that was hot shit.
No.
Um, Kansas State, the only one I can think of is Will Howard,
Right.
and he actually went to a Big Ten school, so he can
Right.
play in bigger games. So it's like, you got the Big 12 here, but they don't produce any. The highest ranked Big 12 team that I've seen through here has been Utah and BYU.
Right.
When was the last time any other team was ranked higher than that? Higher than 15 out
I
of the
know
Big
earlier in
12?
the year, Kansas State and Iowa State were pretty high, but now they've fallen off. Kansas State's not really ranked anymore.
No.
I think Iowa State's on 18. So those
Iowa
two teams are the two you're talking about.
Iowa State's not even ranked anymore.
Wow. Yeah. So
But
just
yeah,
Utah and BYU, that's the class of that conference.
right. And then you got the Big 10. UCLA, Indiana, Wisconsin, Oregon, Northwestern, Nebraska, Illinois, Washington, Michigan, Michigan State, Minnesota, Iowa, Rutgers, Purdue, Penn State. When it all comes and gets broken down, Big 12 can't hold a candle to Big 10.
No. No.
Not to mention, you know, Ohio State and Michigan are the reigning national championships
Right.
out of the Big 10. So
Mm-hmm.
people look at the Big 10 and they say, well, if I go to the Big 10, I'm going to end up competing for a national championship.
Right.
I have a shot at a national championship,
Yeah.
you know, up until very recently. People were coming to Penn State thinking, I have a shot.
Yeah.
But considering that Franklin can't close out big deals, big games, like you said,
Yeah.
we lost two wide receivers to the transfer portal. Why? Why did we
Right.
lose two transfers?
And, and that's the thing. One went to Oregon State, one went to USC, which I understand. But like,
USC
come
for
on,
sure.
dude. You can't be
Oregon
losing
State, though?
transfer. Yeah, come on. You can't be doing that.
Yeah. And especially, you've seen our passing game, where if you haven't, then there isn't one.
Right. Right.
You know, uh,
Yeah.
I was actually surprised to know that Drew Aller's average downfield was 6.8. I thought it was
I know.
way
I thought it was wrong.
I thought it was way lower than that.
Me too. Me too. Yeah.
So
It seemed like he was check down king. So
yeah,
yeah, I'm with
for
you.
sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So whatever's going to happen here is going to be very interesting, and
Yep.
I'm here for it. I'm just hoping that they can salvage what they can out of this season. let's not end absolutely horrific. Let's not go down in a
Right.
flame, a ball of fuck. You know,
Right.
let's try. Okay, let's play. And there's already been players that have come out and said this too. Like, let's play for the honor of this man that sat in our
Right.
homes and told our parents that we were going to be okay because he had our backs.
Right.
So that's what I'm banking on. That they're going to go out there and they're not going to play in spite of him, but they're going to go out there and play for him, saying, "Hey, look,
Right.
you made a mistake," essentially, right? That's what I'm hoping for. Will it happen? Who the fuck knows? But yeah, um, I already have my underdog picked for this.
So do I actually.
I already have my super
So
dog picked.
do I do too.
Okay, okay. Um, Go ahead with yours. I'll tell you mine.
All right. I am going with the Friday night game, as a matter of fact.
Oh,
I'm going with Louisville getting 13.5 at Miami.
Louisville is playing number 2 Miami, and you're taking this game.
Yes, I am.
And what are they getting?
13.5.
Buddy. Okay. Let me see if this is the same. Uh, okay, it's the same.
Yeah.
So
I just pulled it up now.
my underdog, my super dog, is not that far off of yours, to be honest with you. You ready?
Yeah.
Michigan State going against number 3 Indiana.
Okay.
Michigan State is getting 27.5.
Wow.
So I'm
Speaking of
trying to bank on that.
how about Indiana last week beating Oregon?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, if you don't recall, Penn State had them. Could
They
have
did.
beaten them in overtime, you know. And again, just can't close it out. So, and what's funny about this win too is that from Indiana is that uh, Indiana has like 0 5-star recruits, like
Right.
7 4-stars, 27 3-stars. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
they're not built up of a team that is like maxed out on
Right.
top talent guys. No,
Right.
they just got a bunch of guys that just want to play ball
Mm-hmm.
and are thankful for the opportunity. This Mendoza guy, they're already saying he's the odds-on number 1 overall right now.
Wow.
He's like plus 250 to go number 1 overall,
Wow.
which is better than anybody else. It's 250 points better than anybody else. The next person
That's
near him,
crazy.
is like plus 500.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't
So
surprise me that Indiana was
starting
able to
next
beat
year
them.
for the New York Jets.
Mendoza. Oh God.
Yeah.
Hey, he looks like he's got a pretty hell of a coach in front of him. You know.
Right. Yeah.
Um, yeah, Matt. It doesn't sound like Matt's going to be able to join us at all. So it's basically whatever works between me and you.
Okay.
Um, so, uh, but yeah, I'm not surprised that Indiana was able to beat them. Um, I'm surprised that Indiana was able to beat them at home.
Right. Yeah.
You know, going
Crazy.
up to Oregon and playing. What time did they play? Did they play early? Did they play late?
They played, I think, 3:30,
Okay,
if I'm not mistaken.
so they basically played a normal game because
Right.
again, that's a 3-hour difference. Well, 2-hour
Right.
difference essentially for them, depending on where they're at in Indiana. Um, but I'm not surprised that they beat them because Kirk Cignetti is a hell of a coach. He's got that team rolling, and again, Oregon was on the ropes with Penn State.
Yeah, the only reason I was surprised was how they beat them. Like I thought it'd be like a 42-41 game,
Right.
not a 23-20 game.
Yeah.
But Indiana's kind of shown me they know how to play defense too, which
Right.
is kind of shocking. So that was the only thing I was shocked about how they beat them. I didn't think they'd hold that offense down. So, you know,
Well, they obviously have a
but
better defense than Penn State because Penn State gave up what 40 some points.
yeah,
So, but with that being said, that's all we got as far as
yep,
picks. And like I said, college, every under hit,
that's nuts.
and every favorite hit except for one, and that was Indiana.
Wow,
30-20 was that final, by the way. 30-20.
thirty
Oh,
twenty. That's
oh,
right.
oh. Speaking of which, let's talk about this bullshit stat. Uh, what the hell is Oklahoma number 6 for? But they only put up 6 points against Texas.
I mean, I didn't think they'd win, and Mateer was back, but
He had a he
wow,
had he had a terrible game. He threw for three
yeah,
interceptions or something like that.
yeah, yeah, yep,
Yeah, absolutely horrible. And Missouri, I wanted to pick them so bad, and thank God I went with the opposite. I took Alabama,
had,
and they hung
shot
up.
had the ball with a minute and 20 and driving the
Yeah,
field, and he threw a pick.
yeah,
Yep,
and again, that's a player that should be at Penn State right now.
yep, he should, he
You
should.
know, um,
Yep, probably starting.
he'd definitely be starting. 100% he'd be
Yeah,
starting because he was the guy that was
yeah,
always coming in to relieve Aller at the end of games.
yep, yep,
You know, so he'd 100% be starting. And obviously he can start because look at him. He's over in Missouri, and
right,
he had them within the top 15.
right,
They're still I think they're still in the top 25.
right.
I'd have to go back and take a look. But yeah, what are they? SEC?
Yeah, yeah, they're number 16 still.
Yeah, number 16. So yeah,
Hmm.
you know, um, yeah, I wouldn't give to have that guy back right now because I don't think anybody knows anything about this backup for Penn State.
Oh no, no, you're right.
So, but yeah, all right, well,
Yeah, we'll figure something out here soon.
yeah,
Um, I'll give you a call and we'll set it up for Friday. So
okay, yeah. If it's just me and you, then we can do pretty much any time on Friday because I mean
yeah,
I'm gonna be home. Uh,
okay,
but yeah, we'll double check that. Well, Friday I have a dentist appointment with Aiden at 11, but it shouldn't take.
okay. I was
I'll
looking at
be
12 too. So
yeah, so
yeah,
I'll be home way before that. I'll probably end up being home before you're even done with your haircut. So
yeah,
then
so,
essentially whatever time you get done with your haircut, we can go.
yeah. Sounds good, man.
All right. So just keep
All
in
right,
touch
brother.
tomorrow and we'll talk about that.
Okay.
But
All right,
so
man.
yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, share our podcast with your friends. Get them on it. Let them know that we're complete morons and that they should watch us so it can rub off on them. And thanks everybody for joining us as always, and we'll see you on the next one.